I see the future just like Cleo. Lost on Mars. Once more, once more, once more. She evil like a motherfucker, I don't even fuck her no more. I said to them, 30 for 30, they don't want to compete no more. These bitch ass niggas be worried about the wrong thing, better watch your hoe. I'm smelling like a whole pound, but bitch I'm on. Go that bad, feel 200,000, I can put you on. Money on their head, I put them on T's homes. I been like the lawless since I was 16 homes. Hit the black and skull nigga, I don't believe in no hoes. Gun in head, nigga, check the skull, we no kill them fuck. My lip bustin', I'm in Elon Musk, I'm in Soho Walk. Turn my jersey backwards, this ain't here, I'm official, huh? Put them zips inside that baby bed, tell that baby girl, tell them folks to run the swag back. We need all of it, 500 in the trade, bro, I need all of it. Once more, once more, once more. Running to them M's, I'm getting enough for. And if you just like me, put your hands up. Tesla car got butterfly door like whoa. If a hoe call 10 times and tell her hell no. Once more, once more, once more. Once more, once more, once more.
Some way, just think. Show me how you thankful now, cause I showed you the light that your girl won't hold you. I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I'm out in the city, show face, some way. I pop out in the city, it's okay, baby, need money, go up, go down, fuck it, go up, go up, go down, go up. Cause you and why the fuck you in my section? I just need to come into my pussy, find an exit. This is nail salon, this is nail salon. She come and go out. This is nail salon, this is nail salon. She come and go out. Diamonds on my head, call my babies. And she pull up, wanna suck my babies. I'm in the pit while some call her obsessed. In that pussy pig, I call that pet though. Spending bitcoins like it's pennies, ho. We are upper echelon, you ain't next to us, ain't even next to us. Ain't even fresh as us, ain't even clean as us. You couldn't even get these bitches till we get between us. I just put a new city, I got new lives. Everybody wanna come ride on us. I'm inside the body, I'm a hard get donor. Hey, won't hold you, I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I pop out in the city, show face, some way. I pop out in the city, it's okay, baby, need money, go up, go down, fuck it, go up, go up, go down, go up, go up, go up, go down, go up, go up, go up, go down. Pull up inside that bar, pull up inside that bar, got windows in it, no more sipping I walk. I got that K on me, that K ain't vision. Now that time I talk, yeah, you can hear your speed when I hear the vision. Pull up outside like block, pull up a gun and chop, they kill this vision. Pull up outside like block, pull up outside with guns, we kill their vision. Nobody ever want talk, nobody ever want get in the fun, they feelin' sick. Show me how you thankful now, cause I showed you the light that your girl won't hold you. I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I'm out in the city, show face, some way. I pop out in the city, it's okay, baby, need money, go up, go down, fuck it, go up, go up, go down, go up, go up, go up, go down, go up, go up, go up. Ooh, I know you feel away for time. I know you wanna take a step away. I know you wanna take a step away, but I know you wanna take a step away, but wait.
I see the future just like Cleo. Lost on Mars. Once more, once more, once more. She evil like a motherfucker, I don't even fuck her no more. I said to him, 30 for 30, they don't want to compete no more. These bitch ass niggas be worried about the wrong thing, better watch your hoe. I'm smelling like a whole pound, but bitch I'm on. Go that bad, feel 200,000, put you on. Money on their head, I put them on T's, homes. I been like the Lord since I was a teen, homes. Hit the black and skull in it, I don't believe in no hoes. Gun in head, nigga, check the skull, we no kill them, huh? My lip bust, I'm in Elon Musk, I'm in Soho, what? Turn my jersey backwards, this ain't shit, I'm official, huh? Put them zips inside that baby bag, tell that baby girl, tell them folks to bring the swag back. We need all of it, 500 in the trade, bro, I need all of it. Once more, once more, once more. Running to them M's, I'm getting enough for. And if you just like me, put your hands up. Tesla car got butterfly door like whoa. If a hoe call 10 times and tell her hell no. Once more, once more, once more. Once more, once more, once more.
Number on the bitch in a second. Yeah. Not about money, then leave me a message. Spin again, just spin again. Pull up in a fishboat, ooh, Clearland. Spin again. Spinning shit just like I am a ceiling fan. I got too much wet, I get the bitch fucked. I get your bitch fucked. I get your bitch fucked. Bitch, I'm a dog, mutt. Bitch, I'm a pit. I leave the bitch stuck. Fuck the bitch once, duck. Pop at her up, duck. Fuck on the bitch for lunch. That hoe woke up a duck. She need her makeup. I got a lean cup. Got ice to the brim, it's crushed. Fucking on mean slots. I got a nice wife. I'm fucking the dog shit out of this bitch. Her wig came off twice. She had a love fro. She look like Ice Spice. She call me love bro. Fucking on models in Vogue. Niggas, they thought I was gay, but I do not know how Vogue. Spin again, just spin again. Pull up in a fishboat, ooh, Clearland. Spin again. Spinning shit just like I am a ceiling fan. I got too much wet, I get the bitch fucked. I get your bitch fucked. I get your bitch fucked. Bitch, I'm a dog, mutt. Bitch, I'm a pit. I leave the bitch.
Tryna do it, bitch. These niggas can't stop, baby. This shit don't fit. I might go play my dreads, go play my tips. I might just empty my chamber, reload the clip. Renegade, oh yeah, no on the flip. Double O, fire, oh yeah, no set trip. White, breeze, she on that go. Trip, poppin' on the pill. Field trip, Chef Riverdale, Still, Southside break scale. Still, Southside beats. She come break my heel. Still, cut your ass out, cut your tail. Still, country nigga with a lot to tell. Still, side out.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
I'm working on dying.
I see the future just like Cleo. Lost on Mars. Once more, once more, once more. She evil like a motherfucker, I don't even fucking no more. I said to him, 30 for 30, they don't want to compete no more. These bitch ass niggas be worried about the wrong thing, better watch your hoe. I'm smelling like a whole pound, but bitch I'm on. Go ahead,
That's why I'm close.
what you want. Money on their head, I put them on T's homes. I've been like a lot since I was a teen.
Pop the zoom up, chat. Good morning. How you guys been?
I don't believe in no hoes. Gun in hand, nigga, check the scope.
How's everyone been?
I'm in Elon Musk, I'm in Soho West. Turn my jersey backwards, this ain't shit. I'm official, huh? Put them zips inside that baby bag. Tell that baby girl, tell them folks to bring the swag back. We need all of it. 500 in the trade, bro. I need all of it. Once more, once more, once more. Running to them M's, I'm getting enough for. And if you just like me, put your hands up. Tesla car got buff out door like whoa. If I hug the car 10 times until I hug, hell no. Once more, once more, once more. Once more, once more, once more.
Fuck BT, yeah. Fuck BT, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. Lick it on up.
All right.
Make it slap big. Okay. Look at hot top shit. I just put like 3 up in the top 10. I don't need nobody. I just need these CCs on my body. Everything I do, bitch, right or wrong, gon' make a.
All right, bro, I forgot I couldn't play too many songs because copyright. Didn't realize that. One more thing. Let me just pop this last one up. All right. Good morning, chat. Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right. Let's go over here. That's fun. Good morning, chat. Good morning, everybody. What up, Jay? T6, what's up? All right, cool. You guys can hear music. All right, chat. Let's get into the charts here, man. I don't want to waste more time, but we have a pretty big day today. You got NFP Friday in about 14 minutes here, and I think we have I need my okay. Yeah, we have NFP Friday today. So in about 13 minutes here, we have NFP. I think that's it for today. Just NFP Friday, and yeah, that's it. That's the week. Today's Friday, and then next week, let's see. Next week, I don't think we have anything too crazy. Monday, Tuesday, core PPI. No, my bad. That's Wednesday. Wednesday, core PPI. Thursday, actually, you have CPI. And then Friday, prelim consumer sentiment. So, yeah, you have you actually have decent flows next week. But this week, I think it was only, what else did we have this week again? So this week started on the 1st, right? Yeah, so it was a bank holiday, so it was a short week. Then you had ISM on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you had Joe's job openings. And then on Thursday, we had unemployment claims, and then today, NFP. True. So, let's go over here. Close all these up. All right. So, chat, let's go take over a look at what happened over the last couple sessions here. So we hopped off, I believe, around when was it yesterday? We hopped off at around 10, right? Yeah, so I don't think anything much happened afterwards. You had a decent move on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Asian leading into Thursday was decent. And then Thursday was okay, like not much of like directional movement, but overall price action day, it was pretty good. It was a 6.5 we gave it, but you popped up like what, 150 pips, and then afterwards popping up, you had this push down for like, what was this, 220 pips, and then you just continue to stay in that range since or until now. You haven't really broken out yet. So this range here is like a 106 pip range. Nothing too crazy of a range. I'm assuming NFP would break it out. If not like directly off the impact of NFP, then a bit afterwards. I mean, we're not trading the news candle anyways, so we don't got to worry too much about that. And yeah, let's take a look at what's happening on the daily and stuff here. So daily looks like yesterday's candle closed bearish. Today's candle came up for a top wick first. Yeah, this 4 hours a mess. Like not much information happening here. However, like you are like going up towards all-time highs. So whenever you tend to go up towards all-time highs, obviously, or in any trend in general, you usually would follow that trend, right? So it's just that yesterday was the range day. If yesterday was like Wednesday and today was today, then I think predictable it'll be a bit more predictable. But since we had a range day yesterday, today there is a chance that you could continue to correct the move from Wednesday. There is a possibility, and if it does, then it's fine. It's just I think it's might take a little longer to set up. But overall, I'm assuming that these are lows being created right here on price, and with these lows being created, that you should continue to hold to continue up. That's what price would usually do, right? So we're gonna start marking up. Yeah, this 4 is a mess though, that's the thing. But there is a chance that we may need some type of top wicks being created before coming down towards the bottom of the range here. So we can mark up something here at like 35.62. I think that's what we had yesterday too, right? I don't think it's too major though, chat, like of a zone. Like I don't think it's too important for like buys or sells or anything like that. But it's just to indicate, like, if you were to pop up for news, for instance, like, that's a level where you're likely react off of or reject off of, okay? And then you can probably mark up some type of support down here at, like, 35, 38 zones. something here. We can leave that. So yeah, just like 6'2" and then 38, like that's just over our range. Obviously within the ranges we have more ranges, so within this range you got a little range between here and like here, and within that range you got range between here and here, right? So it gets smaller and smaller, but this is just to indicate if you were to go up, 6'2" is a level that you may struggle at. It doesn't mean it's going to reject and reverse from there, you know, like there's no guarantee of that. It's just if you were to go up, expect some type of slowdown there, and if you were to go down, expect some type of slowdown here. That's it. Those are the levels that we have right now, because there's not much we can really do. It's been in the range here, and we gotta wait for news to come out anyways, right? So I think once news comes out, either if we push up or push down first, that'll give us a lot of information here. I think the 4 closed in 37 minutes here. This 4 kind of has no bottom wick, so could you flip bearish on the 4 in time in 37 minutes with news? Potentially. What are they expecting again? NFP, they're expecting neutral, so good. And then actual grade is good, so good and good. So there's something good and good, and gold should go down. In this case, the 4 candle has no bottom wick. Is there a possibility that the 4 candle decides to flip bearish on the news candle? All right, I don't know if we'll be part of that push here, chat. That's the thing, but what we could do and look for is potential wick entry buys. We can always look for wick entry buys in these areas here. I don't think it'll be 38 though. I think we're looking more so for down here towards like 5.2 here. That's it, right? There's no more traffic. Yeah, that's it. We're all time highs. So yeah, 5. Yeah, no, we don't got your traffic there. I think 26 here, same thing we looked for yesterday. I think a little lower at these 15 lows here. That's what I had yesterday. Yeah. So I'll put something right here, chat. I'm gonna remove this line actually. I'm gonna leave this as like a yellow zone instead. So what is this? 35, 38, 116. I'm gonna leave that as a minor zone. And then I think, yeah, wick entries could be at 24. Like if you come down immediately first for news here, and it's very important we pay attention to how it comes down, because the way it comes down really matters. Either if you come down and you're making structure, like you're making like lower highs to continue down, or if you come down and you make, for instance, like just straight pushes down, then the wick entries would be fine, because with straight pushes down and you have no lower highs on the way down, you're expecting price to make a lower high, right? So this could be a lower high here to continue down. I'm going based off of just a major support. I'm assuming that's where you reject off of. So if you don't make a lower high, then next major support, which is here, right, is that zone. And then that could just be a lower high to continue down, or that can be a reversal, you know? But at the end of the day, either way, if you go up or if you go down, you're gonna need that lower high there anyway. So wick entries in these zones here, if you come down towards that zone without creating liquidity, will be great to take buys off of, and we can look for buys for wick entries. I think we looked for the same thing yesterday, but we didn't get it because we missed it. We missed this area by, I think, 16 pips, something like that. All right, I think it was here. Yeah, I think we had a 35 zone. We had a wick entry at like 33, and then it came down 35. So we missed that, but we got something else. But yeah, chat, that's it. That's kind of what I got here. So I was gonna wait for news here in about 5 minutes. We got a lot of time actually, and then potential wick entry buys. That's the only idea we got right now. Obviously buys above like 6.2, but we're not there yet, right? We gotta wait for news to come out, but ideally above there once we have closures above and structure being created. So like you want to see us break out and then just hold that zone at 6.2, and as you come back up to re-break the current highs again, we'll look for buys there, or you know, the onion player or something at the support. But we gotta wait for numbers here. So let me just go ahead and mark this up over here. 35.62 and then 35.24. That's kind of what I got. 6.2 and 24. 62, 24, 38. 38, 143. All right, look. Yeah, that's cool. Chat. Any questions? Any questions, chat? Let me know. We're just waiting at this point. Like there's not much we can really do. We gotta wait for news, and then once news comes up, we'll have more detail, more information. We take the information. If we have volume, right? That's one thing that's guaranteed from news. You have volume always. Direction might not be guaranteed, but volume always will be guaranteed. So with that volume that comes in, that's when things start lining up with our price action. And when things start lining up with our price action, we gotta play. We got ideas. Yo, Bino, you're in my chat trying to learn still, bro. What are you talking about? How'd you overcome revenge trading and overtrading? Fuck, man. I'm gonna get back to these questions after stream. I forgot this is the YouTube chat questions. Waiting for the market to be volatile. Yeah, let's see here. Hopefully in like 2 minutes. Now I'll get back to your questions. But no questions about the charts, right? Like everyone's good regarding the charts. If you have questions about like why are my levels where they are and all of that, feel free to ask. How's a 1K account doing? It's right here. This is a 1K account. So yeah, it's doing steady. Like I don't think anything different from what was the last video update I did? Like 1.5K. It's at 1.7. So roughly like I think we did like 7% last month. I gotta check the spreadsheet, but I think we did 7%. The month before we did 14. Last month was a little slower. We had a little less trades, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good. All right, chat. You have news here in 19 seconds, so let's see how this comes out. All right, so popping up first. Push past 6.2 here, way past 6.2. That was the zone we were looking to see if we can react off of, right? But clearly, how far was that from the opening? 90 pips. Wow, this is a 108 pip pop here. Yeah, so let this move how it wants to move. This shit's just glitching. It's just, you know, you do not want to be part of this unless you're trying to just risk it all. Let it price settle down a little bit. And yeah, we could be making an all-time high today. I think the all-time high is right here at like 78. So if you break that high, then that's a new all-time high. But I have no ideas for here yet, chat. That's why like I'm not really like hunting for anything in these zones here. We're just waiting a little bit. Numbers are bad. Let's take a look. How many traders we got? 167. Yeah, numbers are bad here. 7.1, 0.3, and 22. Wow. Damn. This is for August? Yeah, August, previous month. True. So yeah, let this I mean the all-time high is right here, so let this push and break here. Then what we can look for though is we're looking for that support to form, right? So if you get a pullback off of these zones here, let's say, then what we can look for is if you get a pullback off of these zones and you get a pullback down towards like 6-2 zones, we can look for buys as you start to create support again, right? So I don't think it'll be like immediately right now, chat, but if you like, let's say, start to come down like this, respect that zone, and then you close like bullish at support, you can look for buys up. And if that doesn't form, it's fine. Oh wait, hold on, let me just measure out the all-time high target. So I think YouTube might remember this, or Twitch. I think YouTube might remember actually. But whenever we're all-time highs, chat, you know what we do? We measure the range that we're in, right? So we'll be like, okay, this range is what? This range right here is from here to here. Actually, how are we gonna do this? Let's go ahead and remove this. So we're gonna draw a line to measure this range, right? So that's the previous range. Usually when you're all-time highs or non-all-time highs, you usually move the same like distance after breaking of the range. So you can go back to any historical data, like all-time highs or not, it doesn't matter. But usually the range that we spend time in is the range we break out till. So if it shows that this range right here was, let's say, 410 pips, your next target is like the same area. So this is like 410. You're looking at 410, so like 36.14. That's your next target. Now, is that like a target for you to say that, oh, once you come up towards that zone, you're looking for wick entry sells, you're gonna get a reversal? No, it's just like that's the minimum. It can push way past it. Likely is gonna push way past it, but that's like a level you're likely gonna tap before you start to struggle. Now this is like, I think, a 4-hour time frame, so it's a much higher time frame of a zone. If you go to like the small time frame, look at the ranges throughout the small time frame, which in this case I think it's the same shit, to be honest here, because this is the 4-hour range too. Yeah, this is the same shit. But if you like, let's say, because like this is the resistance, this is support, it's like nearly the same. It's the same 400 pip range. But if you, let's say, start to come up here, come up, pull back, range, and now you have a range from like, let's say, here till here. Once you break out that range, it'll be the same distance. So let's say this range right here is 280. The breakout is gonna be 280 as well. All right. That's a little tip for all-time highs. Like that's the most logical thing you can do, unless you're just putting like a round number as a TP. Oh, like 3580 looks good. Let me just put 3580. Right, you don't want to do that. So where are my levels again? So what is this? 36.14, 36.15, 36.15. Okay, remind me. What was it again? 36.5. All right. So yeah, so it tapped into it made an all-time high. There's a new all-time high for sure. I think I popped above there for like 49 pips here. So let's see if this can pull back towards like 35.62. And could it be a wick entry? It could be. If you just get continuous pullbacks, I think we're looking at more so like 35.58. If you come down that far. That's far though. This candle was 207 pip candle. So a bit of patience, chat. Just a bit of patience, man. No need to rush. It's a Friday. It's just NFP. It's just volume. No need to force something. Still waiting for sober stream. Are you upper lots? That's 2K? Yeah, 2K we're gonna upper lots. But yeah, we're gonna up it to I think point 14. I think 0.14. Not 2K. Because we started with 8 lot, 0.8 lot. And we kept the same lot size. So 2K 0.14. I can do 0.16, but I'm gonna do a 0.14. I'm gonna drop it a little bit. And then yeah, same thing at 4K or 5K, we'll see. Just keep increasing it. But it's been like a good like daily on average of 0.5 to 1%, I'll say. This week we're up 2.29. Last week was a little slower of a week. 2.01. The week prior, 1.20. Week prior to that, 1.96. Week prior to that, 1.5. Week prior to that, 3.93. Week prior to that, 269. 196. 3.17. 3.44. Took a loss here. This is the last loss we had on June 20th for 8%. The week before that, 6%. Or no. No. 2.39. 3.6. 5. 5. Obviously, as the account grows, the lot size is the same, so the percentage gain becomes smaller, right? All right, so what happened here? You can't just pull back here. Price made a high, pull back, made a low at 74, and now you're re-breaking highs here. So I don't really have a small time frame like target here because I don't really have a small time frame range to go off of. It just shows 36.15, which we can leave, but it's not really like you're looking for the minor zones on the way up to. Let's see, what else could I use here? This range, 18. That takes you up towards here, but this isn't too reliable. $94. It's not too reliable of all-time high measurement, but we'll leave it there. I'm just going off of this range. So 35.94 next, and then afterwards 35, 36.15. Got a 5 closure. Still no pullback or anything, and you don't have to get a pullback, chat. But if you get the same, or you don't have to get the bomb wick that we're looking for down here. It can happen anywhere. Just have to come down here. Like at this point, if it's staying above 35.78, then this becomes your support. I think maybe a little lower, but these areas become your support. So if you can come down towards there and re-break the highs, that's kind of what we're looking for. But not these initial pops here before pullbacks. $110, $116. Display Fiend. Does news re-break no more in your play? It is. It's just at all-time highs, it becomes a little difficult. Like I don't know where it's gonna go all the time. But in some cases, yes. Like I think it depends if like you make a bottom wick first. Usually, like let's say it's like 8:31, and first minute price came up. If price were to flip by like 8:35, we'll be in. It depends on the situation, right? But in this situation, no, I didn't really have much here. Yeah, pullback now though. So let's see how far this pulls back. We don't know yet. We don't know if it's gonna be breaking the lows here towards 5.8. We don't know if it's gonna be 70. We don't know. But we are getting a pullback though, so that's good. If you get pullbacks and you get lower highs on the way down, then that's structure. Which means that on the way down, you're creating structure. There's a high chance you could continue. If it's just a constant push down, then we can look for wick entry buys. Or wick entry buys would be preferred. But I don't think 78 is too important of a zone here. I think we're looking more so of like here. 70, 90. 70 is just all-time highs. It's not really a resistance. Put it here. Yeah, 70, 71. Pips. $15 minutes for a 4-hour closure. A 15 closure in about a minute. Look, it's a pretty strong 15 closure too. Pretty bullish. So maybe a bottom wick and a wick entry, chat. If you got a bottom wick. We're looking for 70. If you can come down towards 70, nice. It's far. It's a long shot, but it's 110 pips away. And then 70 back up. Very important how it comes down, by the way, right? Key, yeah, y'all watch out for those lower highs if you make them or not. So right now, still looking good. If you can re-break this low, then you'll fill this leg candle on a minute here. This bullish one. Still holding. Still holding these zones here. Can it revert the lows? Okay, revert the lows. Now it should fill this wick here down towards that bullish one. That's a leg candle on the minute. Chat. How many pips is this leg candle? 26 pips. And then once you break that wick, it may struggle a little bit here, like right here. But if it pulls back and it re-breaks that low, then it should continue down towards that 7.5, which then takes it down towards 70. But there should be a pullback here. Okay, there's your pullback. So now can you re-break the low? Re-break the lows and down to the blue line. What is this blue line, by the way? Okay, you re-broke the lows now, so it should continue down towards the blue line. What's this blue line? Oh no, it's just this. We can remove this. Nothing too major. And yeah, you're almost at 70, chat. You're 38 pips away. Get ready. 71. You just gotta break these lows. What's this advantage point? 17. Almost there. Still no pullback, so it's good. Right, just straight movement down. You get one more pop. 38 pip pop. That's it. We're right there. No, at least 71. If not 70, at least 71. 72 garbage tap though, but not the zone. You see how you came close to 70 and then you pull back? So we're probably gonna remove 70 and leave it at 68 now. We're gonna move it down towards the next minor zone, which is 68.9. Because if you break this low, you're likely gonna come down towards the next minor support, right? If you don't though, then that was the move. Like if I'll say if you break back up above 80 here, or maybe a little higher, a little lower, 78. If you break above 78, then that was the first initial reaction. That was the move you were looking for. We just missed it by like 16 pips. Yeah, that was it. So, because if you come down now, right, you're making structure. So if you come down, what's this gonna be? A lower high, right? That'll be a lower high. So the idea was wick entry buys only if you weren't to make lower highs on the way down. So if you come down, that's a lower high, which you can still take, but it won't be at 68 or any of these areas here. I think it'll be like a lot lower. That's if you even come down, because the idea of the wick entry buys was to flip back up and retest, right? But no flips for me here, chat. No flip buys or anything here. So moves down 68. I don't think it matters. I don't know if you even come down that far. But yeah, we'll see what happens here now. Yeah, a minute for a 5 closure, and then you have a 4 closure in about 10. Maybe the 4 candle could create a bottom wick for you. Kind of similar to what happened yesterday. A little bit. Right, yesterday was Thursday. Kind of. You had to pop down. And we missed the wick entry around the same time yesterday. And wait for the 4-hour candle. 4-hour candle didn't come down top our level enough. Because we did the same thing today. Yesterday we had a zone at 40 that we were looking for. We didn't get it. So then wait for the 9 a.m. candle, and then we moved the level lower because you made a low already. So we moved it down towards 38, and then yes, this 9 a.m. candle did come down first for a bottom wick, the 4-hour candle, but it didn't tap 38. It broke the lows, but only came down towards 39, and then you had to push up. So we'll see what happens today. But let's remove this. Not too important anymore. What do I have here? 6.2? No. Then we got like 5.8. Yeah, 5.8. Wow, 5.8 is basically the flip. 5.8 or 6.2. We'll see how it comes down here. All right, chat. Nothing to FOMO over though, man. You shouldn't have FOMO. There's literally no reason to FOMO. All you do is come to your chart, sit down, wait for your setups. You have a window that you trade in. You know, it says 8 to 11 a.m. You come into the chart, sit there from 8 to 11, wait for your plays. You always pre-plan your plays too, so you don't want to be getting into plays on the spot. You always want to pre-plan them, like how we did here. And then if it comes, amazing. If it doesn't, on to the next day. There's nothing different about NFP Friday, nothing special about it. There's just some more volume. But how many times are there days where there are regular days versus NFP days, right? NFP is once a month. Is it the end of the world? No, because it's not the most important day to trade. If you can trade every day, if you can't trade any day, but you can only trade NFP or these news candles, I mean, you have limited days where you can trade, right? But if you can trade, you know, any other day, any other given day that has regular volume, which within a week has plenty more days than the news days, then you're good. You're solid. But it's nothing special about NFP Friday, right? There's just volume. Same goes with CPI, FOMC. It's just volume. But you're looking for the same setups. Nothing really changes. So you won't be increasing lots after 2K to 4K? I don't know. I might increase at 3K. We'll see. We'll see how we do. What does it mean we can shorten the rebreak low now? I don't know, man. I mean, you could. There's no such thing as a bad play, but I'm not looking for any shorts at the moment. It's way too early in structure. Like I'm open to the idea of shorts, but not at these stages. It's the very early stages. Like yes, you might have structure in the minute starting to form, but I asked myself, like, is there enough to say that you're directionally bearish? No. And if we're not directionally bearish, how else could I take sells? Okay, maybe I can look for sells as liquidity to go back up. But then again, at all-time highs, you don't really get liquidity. Sometimes you just continue to push without grabbing liquidity. So for me, that's why I don't have any sell ideas, because that cancels out the liquidity plays or anything, because we're just pushing all-time highs, right? It's very bullish. You can go down for a minute, and next minute, like you can go down for 2 hours straight on gold, like slowly pending, pushing down like this, like when it's all-time highs, like is this, and it may look like it's gonna drop, and then all of a sudden, next minute candle comes back up, like, and it wipes it all out within like the 1-2 minute candle push. That's all-time highs for you. So it's not a bad idea. It's just it's not my place to take here. Like I don't think I'm taking sells until you actually start making like at least a higher time frame structure here. If you come down like this, create ranges, grab liquidity, fake up, right? All the reasons as to why it should go up doesn't happen, I'll take it. But I need all the reasons. Good. Four minutes, chat. $15 no top wick. You haven't flipped yet on this 15. Any minor folders there? Yo, Zoom, how delayed is that this YouTube compared? 10 seconds? No way. I swear I put on ultra low latency. 10 seconds? No way. At most 3 seconds. 4 seconds. 4 seconds, not bad, chat. Anyways, overtrading, over leveraging. Who asked that earlier? Someone in chat asked that. How do you overcome it? You just trade through it, man. You trade through it, and you have to like come to an understanding that it's a very long-term game. So you won't be rich overnight. There's always tomorrow to trade, and your job is just to do the best you could in the session to be patient and wait for your plays. Like, that's it. It's like that's the formula. Like, you just make a playbook, you pick a session to trade, or whatever sessions you want, whatever your plan is. For me, it's one session NY at the moment. I'm trading from 8 to 11. I have a playbook. If my forms play out, great. If my plays don't play out within that session, on to the next session. That's it. But like, you're just waiting for your setup, your higher probable setup, and you don't want to take anything else aside from those high probable setups, right? You don't want to sell down for less, because what you're doing is you're now saying, okay, I didn't get any setups. Let me lower the notch a little bit. Let me wait for a much lower probable setup, right? And it's not always the best play to take. It could still win and play out, but is it the best play? Will it build like long-term good habits? No, not all the time. So it's very important to stick to that and not take no bullshit position. It bites you in the end, right? Eventually it bites you at the end of the week or the start of the week. It will trigger some emotions out of you, trigger some FOMO. But yeah, practice that too. It doesn't just come overnight. What's this? 4-hour opening. 4-hour opening here. Closure above the range. No bottom wick. We're looking for potential bottom wicks to look for a wick entry buys. We don't have that at the moment. The wick fill shows that it's gonna be 57 pips here. So we'll wait to see how this 4-hour candle performs. We have zones here, ready and prepared. Actually, chat, I think 6-4 might still be valid here. 6-4 for a wick entry. If you come down that steep. Because it's going to be below the lows, it's like 70 pips to the break of that low. So you have some decent range. All right. Sorry, YouTube, there's no music. It's just copyright issues, you know? I don't want to bore you guys out with like elevator music, so I'm like, let's just play no music. Just me and my thoughts. Gamble on Pokemon cards and NFP. Angry fat bear. That's overtrading revenge trading. I think it boils down to greed. Yes, it does. It definitely does boil down to greed. Because greed and just wanting things fast, right? You want it immediately. You don't want to wait for it. And trading's a long-term game. Like you get paid to wait. You get paid to, you'll get rewarded in the end. It's just sometimes you gotta go through a lot of obstacles to get there. But if you stick with it, you'll eventually get through them. But yeah, it's greed and also just urgency. Like you want it immediately. You don't want to wait till the next day to take a trade. You want to take a trade today so you can take a trade tomorrow so you can take a trade the next day. You don't want to wait the next 2 days to get a trade, right? Or you don't want to waste your time thinking that you sat here all day in the charts for 3-4 hours and you got nothing, and now you're just sitting here. Fuck, man. No setups, because we're so used to that, right? When you go to work, you clock in, you get paid for your work, but when you're on the charts, it's not the same. You clock in for work, you clock in to trade, you might not always get paid. Sometimes you might even you might have to owe money on the charts. So you have to come to an understanding of that as well, that you won't always get rewarded on the charts for sitting here all day. And you don't want to sit here too long as well. That's another thing, right? Like for me, it's like, I don't have a limit because depends on if I'm in drawdown, depends on the session, but like my window to look for opportunities is always roughly like 8 to 10:30, 8 to 11. That's just the session that I've been studying for the last like 5 years or whatever it was, right? So I know it best, and that's just my window of trade. I don't even trade Asian. I don't even look at the Asian. I chat deadass. I used to trade Asian in London. You guys remember? I used to always look at Asian in London, but now it's just mainly NY. Like I don't even look at the charts on my phone during Asian or like London anymore. And that took me like 4 years to break that habit. I wouldn't even say a habit, because at some points it was doing good. Like, but I think as you get older as well, like I don't want to be sitting on the charts all day, man. Like I'm on the charts for 3 hours, and the rest of my time is not on the charts. If I'm trading, I'm trading. If I'm not trading, I'm not trading. I don't want to be eating, thinking about the charts. Sleeping, thinking about the charts. Playing games, thinking about the charts. Working out, thinking about the charts. Like if I'm working out, I'm working out. If I'm eating, I'm eating. If I'm trading, I'm trading. Right? You don't want to mix it up, because then it's not the best. You're not going to be the best trader you could be when your brain's on too many things at once. So yeah, just find a window and stick to it, and accept that you're not always gonna get paid each day. Pushing down here though. I know I'm yapping, chat, but I don't really get to live stream that much. I go live like once a month now. Maybe one day we'll return, but not anytime soon. You just check out every set. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to do that, man. You work out, bro. Focus on building those muscles. Like I used to trade Asian, London. Like I used to like sleep during like between the sessions. I wouldn't get a full night's sleep. Let's see, can you come down towards 64 here? I know it's a long shot, chat, but the rebreakout lows, which is this one right here, is that a leg candle? I think that is on the 5 that's getting filled. Or no, that got filled earlier. But yeah, this below here is 70 pips. And is there any traffic on the way down? Not really. Not much. Depending on how you come down though, chat, it could be 64 or 5.8. Depending on the structure, but should be around there. Or maybe even 6.2. Because this is your most recent resistance, right? Right here. So I'm guessing that if you were to come down all the way, you're going to need to react. Pull back, create structure, and then you'll continue down. Otherwise, you're still, at any given point, expected to come up. So that's why we had those wick entry ideas here. But chat, this is the results for the year for just trading one session. Like this is only NY. All NY session, no Asian, no London. I think there was like one time where we actually had trade Asian, but because we were in drawdowns, we had to just sit there through Asian, but not like trade directly on Asian or London. But so far the best year we've had ever, including like 2023. Last year was a shitty year, so obviously better than last year. 2023, and then 2022. 2022, I wouldn't really count the 1.7 because a lot of these were just half closures that we count as full. But yeah, it's been a good year. A little slow start though in January, but then it picked up. All right, can you re-break here? Papa during Asian? You're right, we did have a Papa during Asian. In June, we did. No, that wasn't in June, that was last month. Where's the music? I got no music, man. It's in my ear. Better than 2023. That was a 40 plus streak. No, 2024. I'm pretty sure we passed 40 streaks. I could be wrong, but I didn't even look at streaks no more. But I'm pretty sure we exceeded that. I mean, if you don't count these, like these are break evens that are like negative 50 cents, whatever. We count them as losses now. If they're like zero, if they're even a penny in loss, we count as a loss, and we also count wins, the penny loss too, or penny win too. But if you like, we're on a. I'm pretty sure we exceeded 40 win streaks. I'm pretty sure. In our trades. I just don't look at streaks, or I don't really care for streaks or anything anymore. It doesn't matter. Right? All I care about now are just percentages. And what we do. Or all I care about really is follow my plan. But when it comes to the stats, like percentages over anything, streaks don't matter, man. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we exceeded 40 win streak. We're currently on like a probably above there because our last loss was June, right? That was our last loss, June 23rd or June 20th. We might be on. Actually, hold on. Count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's break even, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 30. Hold on, I can. This is a better way to do this. 65 to 705 is 40. I think what we look at more so now is this. We just go to the compound sheet. This account is up 86%. And that's all we look at. What's happening here? Did you make another low? No. All right. So chat, I think you're starting to show signs that you're starting to hold a little bit, much better than earlier. You had lows down here initially, then you came down to retest it, then you came down again. So it's 3 lows now, all holding the same zones, which indicates that you have some type of support around here, which means that the more lows you have, the stronger of the support it is, and the higher chance you have to continue driving. So how can we look for plays now is the question, right? Because now you have a solid idea. You had news that came out 8:30 spiked up obviously, and then you pull back, you know, bounce between the ranges since. And I think at the time we only looked for, when we had ideas for wick entry buys, because when you're in those conditions, wick entry buys after pulling back would usually be the best play to take, or one of the better plays to take. But now that we're starting to build support, we can start opening up more ideas now, like the onion play or the break above the highs, right? So we have resistance here, for instance. Let's say you come up here like you are, you pull back, react off that zone, you re-break the highs, right? We look for buys above there, right? But now we can start opening up more plays because we have different type of structures starting to form compared to earlier. So going back to, I don't know who asked earlier, but someone's like, you should look for the re-break of the highs. We do, but it depends on what part of the structure we're in, right? So now we have more support, more ranges. It's good. And 15 closure here, it might be a 15 leg candle, so we'll see how that plays out. 15 leg candle means that usually you would come down to fill the bottom wick here. In this case, the 15 no top. But the good thing about all-time highs is that all-time highs, take it with a grain of salt. Leg candles, take it with a grain of salt, or anything, take it with a grain of salt, because all-time highs can just, any given point, bounce back up to retest the highs. It's all-time highs, right? But that is a 15 leg candle, so we ought to be a bit cautious about it at least. See how that plays out. See if you come down to fill that wick. If you do, if you're going to break it to create a steeper bottom wick. Wick entry buys still on the table at 64. We're still looking for that. And I think what else we're looking for here is probably going to be, hold on, let me just, I don't like the zone being here. I don't know how much of a zone this is, because this is the all-time high area. I don't know how strong support it is. It doesn't look that strong. 78.52, that might be a bit better. Yeah, we'll move it down towards them. So yeah, I think what's next, chat, is just let's see if you could kind of make your way up, pull back, and re-break the highs above. Above here, we're gonna look for more buys after a pullback, after you fill this range. So a couple more steps here. So we'll see how that reacts off of this area, if it comes up there. If it doesn't, then we got ranges down here, so no need to worry. And you have NYC in 14 minutes here, so should be more volume. Should be. How you define leg candle? The term, we just, I don't know, we just give it a leg candle name, but what it is just it's a way for us to describe these candles here that look like this. So that's a bullish one on the left side. On the right side, it's the bearish one. So on a bullish one, sometimes there's a little top wick like this. Sometimes there's no top wick. It's the same thing for us. We can always treat like a leg candle, but usually when it's a bearish, when it's a bullish one, you usually would get the next candles that come down to fill that wick, right? One, because there's no top wick here. But what's also important is like the way it comes down to, and that's something that you have to pay attention to, but it doesn't come down immediately. What you might get is you might get price come down towards, so you have the leg candle opens up. This is the leg candle, next candle opens up. You might get price comes down. So you might get a bearish candle comes down, and then you usually get a reaction here, which leaves you a wick and a rejection that looks like that. And it looks like it's about to flip and drive, which it could, right? So let that play out if it does. But after the low, and it's very important you pay attention to like the body, because the body is where it rejects off of as well. So in this case, the body is like right here. That's an area it likely would to reject off of. So it bounces off that zone. You have a low now, right? What happens afterwards is it usually would come back down to re-break the low. So it would usually come down like this. Opens up, bottom wick, pull back, right? You have the doji, then it comes back down to re-break the low. So now the movement goes from this to the pullback to the re-break. Not yet, that's not it yet. Now you want to see if it can hold the body, right? Because this is still a bullish candle, so this can still be a bottom wick for us to go up. This can be a fake out. So the reason why you want to wait for the hold is because if it holds this body and it re-breaks the current low, that's usually our sell stop. We'll have a sell stop in the re-break. So what happens on the way it moves, it looks like this. Opens up, rejects, you have the wick there, you come back down to re-break the lows, you hover, and then the re-break of the lows, and that'll be the drop down, right? So basically the movement goes from like open up, rejection, re-break the lows, hold, re-break the low here, and that's your sell. The second re-break out low. And that's one of the plays that we've been taking. I think we took that quite a few times. Sometimes the good thing behind it is like we don't always have to take it. Sometimes it's a good way to indicate something that might be coming. For in this case, you had a 15 leg candle right here. So we're not taking the sells down here, right? We're not taking the leg candle area, but you can see you did react off the body right here, right? You see that? Leg candle, price came down, react off the body. So if it were to re-break its own low and holds that 80 zone, then where are you going to go next? You're going to go down towards 73. We're not looking for sells down towards 73. What we're looking for is the wick entries. So we can say, oh, this could take you closer down to 6.2 now. Because if you break if you fill a candle, you have clean trap to 70. You break 70, you got clean trap to 6.2. You're right there. But you can see that? You see the movement? So now you rebroke the low, right? So now you have to hold this 80. If it holds 80 and candles have to just hold, you might get mini candles that just look like, you know, this, whatever it wants to do. Once it re-breaks that low there at the low it just made, that's going to be the push down towards the rest of the leg candle, which in this case is down towards 70.8. Right, but I mean that played out perfectly, like the timing of that when I explained it. But that's the leg candle. This was a bullish one in this case, right? So the wick fill is down towards 73. Assuming that this is the third time you're re-breaking the lows, 1, 2, 3, or fourth time actually, this should be good to drive to 6.2. I don't see why it wouldn't the fourth time, or at least further down to make a steeper low. But you do have to hold this 80 zone though, so let's see if that holds. They're much less effective though, I would say, all-time highs. Because we had one yesterday too on the 4-hour candle, and we just took buys off of it. We didn't really, I think right here, this 9 AM candle, it was a leg candle, but we just disregarded it. By the way, chat, we have a range now though, so we know where our next target is. This right here is the range, 100 pips. 100 pips above takes you up towards 95. So that's the next target. Or my camera frozen and I didn't. My camera froze and I didn't click record. So I was explaining the leg candle. I was too locked. What's up with this wire though? Hold on, chat. I don't know where it is. Sorry, chat. At least the chart's still moving here. Oh, there we go. All right. I don't know what happened. I just got this new wire. I don't know why I still got issues. But yeah, we need to start moving again here. I mean, we're starting to slow down quite a bit, but we started to slow down a bit here, but should be able to pick up for NYC in 2 minutes here. Wait for NYC, and then we'll see how we'll play our cards today. I forgot to click record today too. Oh, good. We didn't get a trade yet. All right. NYC open. 3-minute candle close. Bearish, but it's pretty bullish. Like, it's a weak bearish, respecting support. This right here is not too important, Chad. Don't mind this 80 zone. That was just that was the leg candle body that you need to hold. But yeah, 3-minute candle closed pretty bearish, but it closed respecting like the previous ranges, right? So it's still bullish. And until you actually break structure, there's no indication that you're coming down yet. So yeah, the close respecting here. We can still look for buys above, but it is a bearish candle first, so you might get a bottom wick first. If you do, usually you come down to fill the wick, and hopefully then we can then tap 6-2. I know it's a long shot, but 6-2 will be the wick entry area that we want to see, right? We're expecting something like that to occur. But yeah, it's still quite far away. You need some volume. I'm hoping NYC would do it. It's 130 pips away. But yeah, you're coming down for a bottom wick first here, so that's good. That's good. The only area that I'll be worried about is 70. Like, you might react off 70 and come back up instead of 62. But it's not too bad. How much is the wick fill up? This wick fill, this flip is 13, and then the rebreak at the highs gives you 40. And you got range till 35.95 today. So can you rebreak these lows here? What's NYC? The New York Stock Exchange open. Levi. Do you stream now? Yeah, I wouldn't consider it streaming. It's more like live Zoom call. But yeah, I'm doing that on Divas 01. Are you sure we're looking for buys? Yeah, we are looking for buys. We're looking for our buys. We'll probably be here till like 10:15 chat, 10:30. About another hour. 4 or 5 minutes to another hour. Fourth time now where you rejected that support. Wait, was this that was a leg counter, right? And you tapped 60, no? Or no, I'm not 60, 84. So I think earlier we mentioned that if you come up towards these zones, right, 83 I think it was, and then you get reactions off of it, we wanted to see a pullback, which we did get. Came up again, didn't tap, we got another pullback. So if you close back above 83, we're gonna look for buys here, chat. Above 83 up towards 86. 83 up towards 86. Because this is 30-minute flip too. NYC open. So yeah, get ready here. Probably want to see closures above, so. Or could we get a free break? Yeah, I think closures above. Closures above in the minute here. How much? What's the difference between here and here actually? This is 14. This could be a good BE zone. Above 83 up towards 84. That's like 12 pips. BE and TP can be around 86. If you want to be extra aggressive, you can put TP all the way up towards here. But it's all-time highs, right? So I don't really have any minor zones to go off of. I can only go off of like most recent data traffic, and that shows like 86, and then after that, I don't know. It shows 84 or 94 as like a destination based off this range. But there's nothing minor in the way up. Yeah, above 83.78 here, chat. Just whenever you decide to close back above there, which should be good to get a buzz. If you don't close back above and you come straight down towards 63, then we'll get your buzz. But nothing I can do in this current area here. Nothing I'm interested in. 5-minute leg candle. If you get a low here, down towards 77, then instead of taking the closures above A3, we're gonna look for the re-break of A323 instead for a buy. Instead of taking a closure above. It's not much of a difference, like a 5 pip difference. But I do want to see if this candle can come down to 77 first, if we do take the re-break instead. If not, then we'll just take the closure above, okay, chat? By the way, just be ready. It's gonna happen pretty quick if it comes up. She didn't get that that low yet. So still looking for closures above 83.78. Let's see what else you have. 5-minute closure. Maybe the 5 opening gives a bottom wick. And can we get it a little lower? All right, cool. So chat, instead of taking their closures above 83.78, we just look for the rebreak on this 30-minute candle high, 15 candle high. All right. So we're not gonna put a buy stop or a pending order because I have accounts that I'm copying this account too, and every time I put a pending order, it always messes up the copy trader. So I market execute. If you only trade one account, then you can look for a pending order. But for me, I market execute. It's gonna be off of A342. Yeah, every time I have a pending order across like 3-4 accounts, some accounts have double positions. Some account gets entered like on like it's get entered like 10 minutes later. It's fucked. So I just prefer to take market X because none of that happens. All right, it's gonna be above A333. Okay, that's the buy stop. 30-minute rebreak of the highs, and then break even is gonna be up here at 84.50. So 12% profit, break even, and then A6 could be TP. I think 92.84 might be the zone. Instead of 95. I'm gonna leave it there. Get ready. 12 pips away. 10 pips away. It's the break of this high right here. 30-minute current high. Leg count too. Alright, chat. I got on buys there as you rebroke the highs. TP up here. 29 pips. 86. Break even is gonna be around I'll say around here. Around 84.70. So we'll be sitting like probably like 10 profit and then break even. And then we'll let it run. We'll look to trail hard stops. I don't really have much data to the left that I can base it off of, but I was gonna put somewhere around 20 pips, but we'll look to hard trail stops and profit heavily around here. Probably like 85.35 here. So once you re-break this high, so this should be BE. So this is a risk-free trade. No trail stops yet. Once you pass that white line, this one right here will trail stops heavily in profit. But this is just break even risk free, okay? Can we survive? What did we get, 16? And no, we didn't survive. Yeah, so it came up. We got It didn't. I was hoping that I could re-break the highs of 85, and chat 85 is just a round level because looking left, like there's nothing I could really base it off of here. But you did react off of 85 actually. You did actually react off 85. But yeah, that one just hit BE. If we had a little more in BE, I just trailed it to like the flip there. But I don't would it have hit BE though if I just left it? I think it would have been good if I left it at BE, right at BE. I moved it to the very like a little above the high. But either way, chat, that was peak for 16. We're looking for like the entire range fill at 1586. It's fine. We'll still look for more opportunities here. But we'll probably wait for this 15 to close. We'll journal this out and then we'll come back and see what's up next. Okay, chat? But that was basically a BE trade. BE slash 2.3 pips. And for those asking what the idea was, basically news came out today, 8:30. You had this major push up. You found a resistance up at 86, which you didn't retest all day since. Sorry, why is this yeah, so you had this news candle right here, right? Came out 8:30, NFP, and then you had a high here, and we're looking for liquidity. We're looking to see if price could make liquidity, right? So that's why we had ideas this morning for just wick entries, and they were like, I think 62 zones we're looking for in these areas. Looking left, right? If I go left, you'll see it. I was looking for like zones around here for wick entry buys if you were to come down that steep, right? And you didn't come down that steep. So we said, okay, well, you did come down after news at 8:40. We did come down, you made a low. We're like, okay, this low could likely be broken and you could still come down. So then we still had wick entry ideas at 6.2, right? Came up again, came back down. Okay. Second time, didn't re-break the lows. Okay. Maybe we might not get wick entries. Maybe we can get buys above. You never closed above. Or sorry, hold on. It came up, came down, right? And then we said, okay, we can look for buys above now. However, I do want to see price pull back first. So there was like a resistance right around here at like 84, 85 zones. And once price taps that zone, let's wait for the pullback. And the pullback could be anywhere, but wait for the pullback. I think we said somewhere until like these areas or here. I forgot what we said earlier, but minimum like 78, I think. And once you tap that zone and you close back above that area, we'll look for the buys. So then we got the pullback. You pull back, you came back up, retested the lows again, right? So the more lows you have now, the better it is because you have more structure building up. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lows, 5 lows. So instead of taking the closures above the range, we just said, you know what? We have a 30-minute candle that opened up right here. The 30-minute candle earlier, NYC opened up, closed bearish, came down for a bottom wick first, made a high. So if you were to come down again, re-break the current high, it should be clean traffic to go up towards the rest of the original high, which was this high right here. And that's why that was our TP. So then once that broke the highs, we had a buy stop or market X, and we looked for that push. Now it hit BE, right? So we didn't really get the full potential push, but that was what was planned. We planned for a beat, we planned for a break-even zone, we planned for a trail stop zone, and it just didn't go accordingly exactly as we wanted, but still follow the plan, right? So we're gonna journal this up, chat, and then we'll by the way, next zone is 9289 here, but we're gonna journal this up and then we're gonna come back and then see what else is next. Okay, so what do we do there? 1.84. And we'll see what happens in our setup. But there's lots of volume, and we spent like a lot of time after news just ranging. So I'm assuming with this volume picking up right now, that this should continue on for the rest of the at least the 1 hour candle minimum, if not 10:30. But let's just go ahead and journal this out. That was a 0.10% trade though. Let's go over here. But you see how we had that like trail stop zone, because the moment you re-break the high, you just start aggressively trailing. But it didn't break the highs before it hit BE, unfortunately. And then this right here is gonna be 942. New York. This is gold, bullish, normal, buys, breakout on the current higher low of the 30. 4 stops. 3-minute time frame. Break even, stops B, yes we did. 30, and I think just that was just the 30, I think, chat. Right? 15, not really. 30. I think that was strictly just a 30-minute time frame trade, so I'm just gonna put down 30. That's it. And then we expected just a flip and drive on a 30. Win. 0.08 profits, 1.84 pips, 2.3. Drawdown? I don't think so, right? I don't think there was any drawdown there. That was instant. Max profit was 16. Yeah, 16. 16, and the result was exit reasoning break even. Then BE. All right, let's do this one. All right, so basically, yeah, BE trade chat. So let's just restart the charts and see what's up next. But it's looking like these lows are much more like confirmed now, right? Aligned now. So we can probably leave something here. Let's leave something there. And then that becomes your support. And then where's the next zone? I think we measured this range, right? So we can still get wick entries. That's the thing, but not at the same zone. 100 pips. What was it? 104.8. So next zone should be around here. 95. So leave that there. We're not looking for buys on the rebreak. Hell no. But we do have supports at 75. We have next zones at 95. That's just a very like minimum target chat. Like you could exceed that high. Likely you are, but that's just like a level where we likely would react at, right? So it's nothing too important about that zone. We do have a most recent area now though, which is going to be around here, which I'm guessing that's where the wick entry could be at 86,912 chat. If you pull back, because now you're above the range, you need to pull back. And I'm assuming that's where the pullback for us to continue up here. 86,912. So if you pull back towards that area, again, very important how it comes down. You want to see consistent pops down, not just like lower highs on the way down, because you need a structure. My cam froze. Why does this keep happening? I don't know how to fix it. All right. Anyways, chat. Yeah, 86 here is the potential wick entry zone, but it's very important how it comes down, right? Same play as earlier that we were looking for before NYSE open. The wick entry buys, it's just you don't want to see price come down and make structure. You want to just see constant pops down. So if it does come down towards that that next zone that we had, I think was 86. Yeah, 86.9. Then that could be a pretty good wick entry area for us to take buys. And then we have a much bigger range this time, right? The retested high is 60 pips. And then, yeah, a bunch of BE zones here, which could be a bit wider on the way up because it's cleaner traffic. But obviously, you got to come down without creating too much of a structure here. All right, and you have a 1 hour closure in 5 minutes here too. So if it does happen before the 1 hour closure, then perfect wick entry off the bat. If it doesn't happen before 10, then we'll wait for 10, wait to see how it opens up. If you get a bottom wick first, and we could get a wick entry that's a little lower than 86, depending on how you open up. All right, but I got 86.59 here. I think clearly at this point, chat, we're only looking for buys for a day, right? I don't think we're looking for any sells. But yeah, 86.59. This zone right here off of these lows. Look at that 1 hour count too. It'll be a wick fill on the 1 hour opening. $30 pips away. Let's see if it can happen before the 10 a.m. candle. I would prefer if it happens before. This cam is annoying, man. This is still fine here. If you like come up like this, if you come up like this, and then you come down, we can probably move 86 down a lot lower. Next zone's gonna be down here at 83. If you come up first and break those highs. If you stay below 92, it should be okay still for the wick entries. SM. Yeah, so broke above here. Because now if you come down, you're gonna have lower highs. All right. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the wick entry chat before 10 a.m. here. But let's see how the 1 hour close here. Might be a null top wick candle actually on the 10 a.m. candle, which won't be the greatest because it might be a little tricky. I think wick entry is still valid, but I don't think it's gonna be at 86 anymore. So we can probably delete this. I'm looking more so of we're looking more so of at 74 probably. Bomb the range. I know it's far, right? But to get a wick entry, that's where it will be. And Yeah, next overall zone is like 36.15. So let's see. Let's see what this 10 a.m. count does. We can still take obviously closures above, but I think the next like direct play right now is the wick entries. And we'll be here until we'll see. We'll see how 10:15 looks. If 10:15 and it slows down a little bit, we'll call it. If it's still a lot of volume like it is right now at 10:15, then we'll extend it to 10:30. That's kind of what I do every day. So I set to 10, and then I take 15-minute intervals based off of like the volume. Or if we're looking for a play, for instance, like a wick entry like we did yesterday at like 10:25 or something like that, and then if we missed it by like 10 pips, then that's it. Because then we had a play that we were looking for, didn't happen. The next play likely is to come at like 10:40 whatever, so then we just want to call it a day. All right, champ. This 1 hour count might close no top wick here. Let's see. You tap 95, 414. And then the next zone after that is gonna be around there. Nasty closure. The thing about like these candles though, it's all-time highs, right? So same way we treat the leg candle all-time highs, same way we treat like no top wicks all-time highs. Take it with a grain of salt. Because all-time high just means that it's like a buy free for all, can just pop up any given point. Be a bit cautious, right? But it's not as powerful as it would be when it's like regular conditions. So yeah, chat, if you come down towards 74 here, man, it's a 200 pip pop down. We'll look for wick entries. If not, then could be breakouts. I'm gonna get some water though. Yo, Richie, I got the cup. Bring the cup. I told you I was gonna get the cup. I got the cup. Why do you use 1,000 account, bro? That's all I got, man. Damn. charts are cooked at the moment. What's so cooked about it? F1 streams? Oh, I don't play F1. I play iRacing now though. But my wrist is fucked right now from iRacing, so I need to take a little break. I think I fucked it up. My wheel was too stiff or something. And then yeah. It just hurts. Will there be pullbacks? I don't know. The thing is, you never know, but what you will know is that you should be prepared. So if there is a pullback, what's your play? What play are you looking to take if you were to pull back? What play are you looking to take if it doesn't pull back? Do you have plays when it doesn't pull back? Do you have plays if it just comes back up to re-breaks the highs? So for me right now, I have plays if it pulls back, wick entry buys. And if it doesn't pull back, then we do have plays if it were to continue up, but ideally I would prefer wick entry buys. And something tells me that if I don't get a wick entry buy today as a second idea, then I may not get anything at all. So yeah, it's based on what you see and what's in your playbook, right? But that's kind of my ideas today. 6, 7, 9. Are you trading more safe on public stream or still the same? I'm not trading the same way, man. We take like 3 trades. Like this is what we do every day. Like it's that is what we do every day. Like it's the same type of vibe. Like it's just I have certain type of plays for certain type of conditions for certain type of cycles, and yeah, like we don't get a trade every day all the time. Like I think last week we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nothing, Monday nothing, and then Tuesday we got something because it was a long weekend, right? The week before that we had 4 trades, 4 days, I guess. The week before that, five trading days. The week before that, 3 trading days. The week before that, 3. Week before that, 4. This week we have 4 so far. I mean, today's the last day, so it will be 4 days. But it's not like every day I need to get a trade. Every day I need a forced position. But in a day, how many trades do I get? I'm gonna say an average of 1 or 2, average. But there's no limit. Like we can go from 1 to like 300, or 0 to like 300 trades. There's no limit to that. It's just, you know, how like what forms and what comes naturally. But there's no limit. I don't believe in having like a limit on how many trades you can take in a day, or a minimum even. There shouldn't be a minimum. It should be like a 0 to whatever. It shouldn't start with 1 though, because 1 is like you forcing a trade now. And you don't want to do that. How's your year been though? Everything's been good? Good year so far? This training year's been good so far? Or like, what do you guys give it out of 10? 1 to 10, like how good did you give the year so far? Eight? You know what, man? I agree with you. I think this year is a good solid 8. Like price action wise. Still got a couple months left. I think at 8. It's been pretty good. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Like, I don't know, it's been pretty good. Like, we had a really shitty year last year. But 2023, yeah, like, I don't know. I think conditions have been the same since 2023, 2022. I think it's just our trading has advanced, and we understand. I mean, each year we understand more about the markets, right? So yeah, it's just better understand the markets overall in general, and just more time, right? It's another year in the books, another year each year. The more experience you have, the more you add on to it and build onto it, and you always improve. So yeah, man, it's been a good year. Like, I can't even complain. This year's been my best trade year, by far. By far. And it's not even trading. It's just like the patience and the discipline and waiting for my setups. Like, it's been good. I'm glad, Levi. I'm glad, man. What'd you do for this year? Learning 1,000 understanding structure is so good, bro. Peak? There's no peak. There's no peak. We all gonna die one day. We all gonna die one day, right? Might as well live it to the fullest. Live it like no one's watching. Far. Back in 22, 23, I couldn't understand when you come with different plays midstream, but now I understand there's just structure. Yeah, like to break down our entire strategy, it's just structure and wicks. Understanding wick fills, rejections, liquidity, that's all wicks. This is another way of saying wicks. And then we have just structure. That's it. Even the leg handle, it's just structure. That's all that is. You still take pineapples? I still take pineapples, but we don't get them as often, because before we would just be like blindly stacking positions, just like take. But now I think we're a bit more patient with pineapples. Like, when we're taking a pineapple, it needs to make sense with the overall trade. Is it a pineapple where we can get out in profit at a certain point? Are we getting in at this point because we can't reach our original break-even point, so we gotta find a way to get in and get out before? Like, is price action making sense? Like, before, it was just kind of like drawdown, take, drawdown, third position, drawdown, fourth position, drawdown, fifth position. So then we'll have like 6 pineapples sitting there. But now we take a lot less, but it's been more efficient. Like, our pineapple stats for the year, we took like 14 pineapples for the year. 93% win rate on pineapples. 2023. I don't know how accurate this is. 9. I'm pretty sure we took a lot more than 9. I'm pretty sure. Definitely not 9 in 2023. I remember I was taking like 4 or 5 on stream. No way, Jose. Last year 12. I think that's a little off too. Yeah, it's a little off. But we took it says we took this 14. But look at our trades. Let's go to the TBJ. Like, look, I think our last pineapple was right here. Right? Pineapple there. Beforehand, 1 pineapple there. Pineapple there. Pineapple there. It's pretty spread apart, you know? Before, though, it was just like pineapple. Like, look. Last 2023, pineapple. We'll have a lot. Look. Holy fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pineapples. So yeah, that's also advanced too. Everything advances though. Everything. How was your mental? It's good. I think my mental was pretty good. Just chilling. Living life. We're all gonna die one day, right? And yeah, living life. I feel good. Working out. Good. I can't really complain. Good because stop streaming to the public. Nah. We'll be back one day. I do get more sleep now though. That's probably why. I get like at least I try to get 6 minimum. 6 to 7. 6, 7. If I get 8, I'm a little too sleepy, but yeah, 6, 7 is a sweet spot. If I get like 5 or 4, I'm a little tired. Let's get a nap throughout the day. Thank you, Fuchi. Chat, we're looking for positions here still. It's just we're looking for wick entries. And we're looking to see if we can close back above like, you know, 95 here to continue, but I don't know if we're gonna get any breakouts. This is a 15 leg candle right here, so this looks like it's gonna get filled. You're probably gonna get a reaction off of this body, so we'll see how that forms. Show your entries, bro. Got you. So this was today's position. We hit break even. Yesterday's position, it was right here. Got some buys, 23 pips. The day before, we got break even. Some positions here, 29 pips. We also been getting more pips this year too. That adds to the pip count. Like we used to get just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, you know, 12, 10, but now we get like 15, 20, depending. Because we stopped moving stops break even as aggressively, and we also trail stops now instead of just closing half. I don't really understand the reason behind closing half anymore. When you can just move stops to break even, let it run, and just trail. Or like close half and then close another half, and close another half, bro. At that point, you're left with like a quarter of a position. 13. Yeah, it's been 19. But roughly a trade a day. We got pineapples here, which I think hit BE. Or a little bit in profit, but some pineapples here. Back-to-back pineapples. Just 2 though. Some positions there. Break even, break even. Break even. That's another thing too. I think before, when I get like a lot of break evens or days where like consistent days where I get break even trades, I would like freak out and like fuck, I need to grab something big the next day. But now it's like break even. I can live the rest of my career hitting break even. I've accepted fate that there's always tomorrow and there'll be better opportunities. 16, you know, break even. This right here, 26, break even. 12. Yeah, that's we can go on, but that's it. That's just how it's been. Been good. Been good. Wait, is Addy here today, chat? I didn't see Addy today, did I? Any more beats? No, but we might get a wick entry here. I don't think we're looking for 86 no more though, chat. I think it was more so of like down here at 82. I think it's 82, right? Whoa. Some volume here. What do we have here? Yeah, chat. I think it's gonna be 75 here. Or actually, no, 75 will be the bottom of the range. You'll fill the range back down. You can push to make a steeper low. You need range to come down towards 75 though, so maybe a little earlier. Yeah, 82, 82.80. Yeah, 82.58. Yeah, 82.58 will still be valid here, chat. If you come down towards 82, I think earlier we had like 86, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna move it down towards 82 here. It's gonna be a little below like these lows from our buys earlier, right? Yeah, a little below. But yeah, around 82.58. If you come straight down, that'll be sweet. You don't want to see it come down like, you know, like this. Like I already made a high here, so it's why we moved it like right here. It made a high there, so we moved it down towards 82. But if it comes up here and comes up towards like 92 and then it comes back down again, then it's gonna be a little difficult. So we'll monitor this, see how it looks. But I'm pretty sure, chat, if I'm looking for another trade for a day today, it'll be a wick entry. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left till 10:30, and then after 10:30 we got 10:45. We'll be here until then. I think we had an idea around this time yesterday too. Right, chat? Zoom? Wick entry buys? At like 10:40, something like that, and then we hopped off. I think it was around here. Yeah, 10:20, I think, right here. We have something down here. Let's see. Okay. Could you come down towards 82 here? $82.58 chat. My fucking cam frozen. I need my cam for the trade. No cam, no trade. Sorry, chat. I don't know why it keeps doing this thing, man. All right. So yeah, chat 82.58. 82.58. All right. Let's see if we can get that. We did come down a little bit close. 8563. So let's see if we can come down towards 8258. If it comes like, let's say now, if it comes down like close to like 84 and it rejects, if it rejects 84, then we're gonna remove 82. We're gonna lower it down, and we're gonna lower it down to I think 80, because then that's just another lower high. It's like you're expecting just straight pops down for the wick entry buys up. So from here, immediate drop down would be nice. If it reacts off of here, then you know GG's. We'll just adjust it. Yeah, so let's try to remove this. 81.47. No bottom look on the 15. That's nice. This is still okay. As long as this doesn't break like these highs or anything. If it does break this high, then that might be it for the day, chat. I'm gonna call that a day if it does. If it comes up back towards here without pulling down first, because then that's the move. All right. Can we get 81.35 here? So let's move that down a little bit. 80, 89 is what I got now. Came off of that zone there. Rejected for not bad, 15 pips. But I got 80, 89 for the wick entry buys now. You ready? You're ready, chat. And then break even, just be aware. If you get activated here, will be probably like around here. So I think that'll be 17% profit, and then trail the TP can probably be around 85, 84.50 up here, and then trail stops can probably be somewhere up here. One more pop to 80, 89. All right, chat. Gone buys there. Wick entry buys. TP up here at 84.63. Break even is going to be 82.87. So now this is risk free. You came up to tap that zone, right? That was pre-planned. The next zone, the next white line, 83.63, will be trail stops and profit. So we just move our stop loss 14 pips in profit if you flip on this minute candle here, which is the next white line. But so volatile right now. Let's see if we survive this. No bottom wick. It's not looking good. Yeah, break even hit. All right, we tried it. We tried it. Can't say we didn't try, right? Yeah, we tried it. So we had a pre. Let me just make sure this thing copied over to my account because that was mad quick. This one, yep. This one. Yep. All right, lit. So yeah, chat, we tried it. We had a wick entry idea on the way down here, and we had it around like 80, and we got, what did we get there? Like 9 pips there. Like around 9 pips there. Am I tripping? Or we had a little more? No, we had more than that, right? Yeah, no, we had 14 there. We had 14 there because it tapped this white line here, right? It didn't tap the A3 zone. Yeah, so same thing as earlier. We had the same exact idea. Like we came up, tapped the white line, hit the break even, and you wanted to see the next white line being tapped to trail, because if it tapped that next white line at A3 61, I would have just moved my stop loss in profit to like 82, 85, which trailed 15% profit, and then from there let it run towards TP up here. But you decide to, or price decided to come back to revert the current low, make a steeper low, which again could still play out here. The idea behind this whole entire trade is just like wick entries after a pullback. Same ideas we had earlier, but it's just wick entries after a pullback, and to continue up because the trend is still bullish, right? We're still all-time highs, are still bullish here. So we're looking to come up towards these zones up here to retest the highs. So again, it can still come up towards there. It's just with our entry and the way we got in, we didn't survive that, right? But I think that's it for today, chat. That's usually it for me. Around this time, second attempt already, nothing else I could really wait for. I think next idea could be like the re-break of the highs, but it's kind of outside my window now. But I'll take the 2 break evens and move on to Monday. All right, chat? Yeah, we'll move on to Monday. So I'm just gonna journal this out and then we'll call it. But we tried today. We're patient though. Wait for, you know, our setups. So that's all that matters. And we'll just move on to the same thing on Monday. But that was 10:28. 10:28. Wait, where did it come down to? Peak was 70, 78, 79. So I guess it came down towards these zones down here. Yeah. The reason I had 80 instead of like here, because I had a zone at 74. I didn't really have 78. I had 74, and I was like, okay, if it were to come down towards 74, there really hasn't been any structure being created on the way down so far. So I'm assuming it's going to be the next near support where it creates that structure at. So I have my next near support around here. And it did slow down these areas. But yeah, I have my next zone here. Because if it comes back down to here, after creating structure here, it likely is to break below 74. So that's why I removed the idea of 74 earlier. 74 in this case is a much more major zone, but again, it's also a little far away from where we came down from. We're at a bit of structure here. So that a bit of structure there should take you down towards the next area, which is here. Let me just mark this up. Gold, bullish, normal, buys, breakouts on the, no, actually that's liquidity. What did I take that off of, chat? 30? I think it's at 15. Yeah, I think the 15, because there's no bottom wick here at that zone. So take out the 15. Wick entries. 4 hour stops. 15. The stops break even, yes. 15. Bit of the 5 in the minute. Just expected liquidity to go back up. Break even, but it was 98 cents. but break even trade. And 1 pip. Drawdown. There was a bit of drawdown there. Five pip drawdown. 5.5 pips. Max profits were no, that wasn't it. I think it was 14, right? I think 14. Exit reasoning, break even. Result would have been BE. We never hit trail stops there. Yeah, chat. I think that's it for me. Well, I'm pretty sure that's it for me. That's it until the next week. So, yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Couldn't really get much. I think last NFP we got something, right? We got, yeah, last 2 NFPs when we did a stream like this, we did get some. But this NFP, tried, got nothing. And I guess I'll see you guys on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. Next NFP? Maybe beforehand. But I think NFP. Or whenever. But yeah, chat. Next week, pretty important week. Monday, little nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, you got core PPI. Thursday, you got CPI. And Friday, you got prelim UOM consumer sentiment, okay? So, yeah. Pretty eventful week next week. If you guys are still trading, just be patient, wait for your setups. Don't rush your trades. And, yeah, chat. Any last questions, chat? Any last questions, chat? Why choose B into journal? Is it accurate data? What do you mean BE? Like this? No, this was a win. It was 80 cents. If it's like negative 80 cents, I put a loss. Like look, negative 50 cents, I put a loss. It's if it's above a cent or below a cent. Below a penny. Right? Negative 64 cents, it's a loss. So it was a BE idea, but it was still like in a journal, technically it's still 80 cents, you know? It was still what the fuck did I make today? Like 0.12%? 2.64. 0.15%. When we had a loss, 0.56, I put it at negative 0.03. Straightforward. Yeah, that's it, chat. That's it. Any last questions? Any last questions before I see you guys again another day? How do you prepare for the weekends, for the upcoming trade weeks? Nothing. My job is this time slot every day. Every day is my time slot. After this time slot, I'm not even thinking or looking at the charts at all. I'm not preparing, nothing. I'm preparing when I come into the charts on Monday, 8:30 or 8 a.m., 8:30, mark up, wait for the same thing I did today on stream. That's when my training resumes. But between then, no, I'm not thinking about the charts. There's nothing to think about. It'll be here on Monday, right? I'll be here. I'll be here on Tuesday. I'll be here on Wednesday. I'll be here on Thursday. I'll be here on Friday. We'll be here. So no need to think about it. Who is that guy? So keep writing. I got you, man. Damn, that's it. I mean, yeah. What do you want me to do? Play iRacing? I don't really like. Please stream more. Hey, man. Appreciate you showing up today, man. Just leave a like. Chat, if you guys enjoyed the stream, leave a like. I don't think I asked for a like all stream. It's up to the channel. Re-breaks out now. All right, chat. Have a good session, man. I'll see you guys the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Peace to you guys.
Hey. Yo. I'm watching the moves, playing it close. SOD, super soap. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. Jet so big, feel like a boat, staying afloat. I'm watching the moves, playing it close. SOD, super soap. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before. I know. Cleopatra at the pyramid tonight. Cinderella Benz, I got bucket seats inside. Roll a backwood with my enemies inside. Hey, okay, yeah. WhatsApp attachment, first time I seen you naked. I didn't say Santorini, but you texting faded. Say you coming home and give me that goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soap. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. We fuck on a jet, it feel like a boat, staying afloat. Yeah. I'm watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soap. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before.
Your little brother look up to me like I'm his only figure. Backseat, backstroke. 20 times Bottega, you can get what you want. 20 times Balenci, you can have it all. I don't ask no questions about who else involved. Get rid of your troubles, problem solved. All I sip is codeine, clean raw. I've been doing burp for these bitches long time. She been around us for too long, throw my games on. I could 360 a bitch, I could turn her up. I could turn this bitch up, turn this shit up. Love it when you shot it gun, it's gracious, gracious, come on. How many times taking pictures on my whip? How many times tryna let folks know what it is? Ain't no way he love you, he ain't like your wrist. Ain't no way he love you, struggling with bills. Hit me randomly, we ain't speak prior in weeks. The last shit you had going on must ain't work out. Oh no, when you lean on when shit goes south. 3 a.m. off Molly got me talking like much mouth. Last nigga, yeah, I hadn't even tried, I rushed out. I pay all this bitch real, she know she can't cuss me out. Push your face about Balenci, no need to pout. Diamonds on my bitch now, I feel aroused. Yeah.
Peace, chat. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you guys next time.